Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vinay and we like watching anime. My favorite anime is One Piece, but we do like to watch a lot of mystery detective sort of anime. And on that note, we are continuing the Apothecary Diaries. We are on season 1, we are on episode 15, and basically, loads of stuff has been happening. But this teenage detective, mystery sort of medic, is still solving mysteries in the palace now, not in the rear palace, but in the outer court, where she is now stationed alongside Jinshi, and who is basically his personal assistant, attendant, I think. But anyway, she still knows loads of people in the Rare Palace, including Lady Gyokyo, Lady Lifwa, all the main four concubines, basically. The new one, Lady Laolan as well, Laolan, and I think the one was Lishu. So she basically has lots of influence. Well, I don't say influence. She has lots of connections right now in the right places in this outer court of an empire where basically even the emperor has asked her for a favor and she's hold her own against the emperor, coming through for him, and probably also for Jinji, who has taken a liking to our beautiful, who hides her beauty basically, but still beautiful, Maomao. And she is not just doing one task at all times. If she's given one chance to do something, she's already had her mind on doing some other things like planting medicinal herbs and unresolving, no, resolving, uncovering the mysteries across the palace about the events that are happening right now. I sort of think that the mystery from the last episode was resolved, which basically said, "Oh, you shouldn't smoke in the places where they are storing food because it's been stored there for quite some time and then acts as flammable substance. And if you're smoking, it might end up blasting because there's lots of particles of the flour in the air." And I think it was solved by the mystery was solved. But then it took a different turn where we now know there's a new military officer involved in some sort of things, and the pipe, the smoking pipe that was used, was not actually something that a common military person would have. It's very intricate. It's the design is very peculiar to be in the hands of somebody who is very common. So there's that mystery there as well. Alongside, she's doing casual stuff like teaching the concubines how to do their job better. Going that we know that Maomao basically knows everything sort of about that. Uh, what do you say? Companionship. Yeah, that's a much better word. Companionship from the concubines towards the emperor. Right now, only one person has a baby, which is Lady Gyokyo, and she is on the verge of becoming the next empress, I think, because that's the whole role of concubines. And I'm pretty sure that's the whole role, right? To give an heir to the kingdom of the emperor. But hey, that's her side job. Her main job is still being medic and being curious, and that's why we like her. That's why she's pretty interesting. And this because she also uncovers mysteries, and I like detective stories. Hey guys, we are watching episode 15 now. Raw Fish, it's called. I have no idea what it's going to be about, but let's get started. Side note: if you want to check out the reaction, the links, the reaction to the previous episodes of Apothecary Diaries and all the other animes that I have been watching, there's a link in the description for the playlist. Hopefully, you'll enjoy it as well. And one more thing, I'm not sure if you notice, the opening is changed, and I kind of like it. Like they've done a really good job of animating sequences, like the Maomao dancing and in her new clothes and all this stuff. Apart from the romantic part of this whole story, it's pretty interesting to watch. It's not him. Yep. Oh, so I was right. She's now his personal attendant. Courtesan. Yeah, man. There's a lot of code gossip, huh? It's always the loner kind of guys that have these schemes. Is it a surprise? Hmm. You better not make Jinshi jealous again. Okay. Behind all this facade, there's still a cute little teenage girl who wants to have lots of food and drinks. A colleague of mine. Okay. Does that mean Lakan is supposed to be a good guy? Yeah. That's low. Okay. What? Oh, okay. Oh, somebody's planning something. Wow. So somebody used an exact ammo years later? Hmm. Like what? So we are dealing with a serial killer or somebody who's done this same thing in the past and is now attempted, well, not attempted, successfully done the same thing again after so many years. And I'm pretty sure that this is not the only way that they would be offing people, you know? Like, think about this. If you're a really, really, really smart person, right? You have your own technique or some sort of way to get rid of someone, which you would rarely use. In this case, the pufferfish poison, which might not be a pufferfish poison anyway. It's just that it looks like it's a pufferfish poison, but that might be one of your ways. But is that your only way, right? That should not be the case. I hope so, that should not be the case. Like, there are times where you would want something to get noticed more, so that you hide the main thing that's happening in the background, right? I think that's the core thing. And I think that's what's happening here. Like, yes, if you uncover the pufferfish mystery, you kind of will be seeing the bigger picture and the thing that were happening in the background. But I think that's just the front. There has to be something else that's happening in the background. And for them to bring it up again after 10 years, after a decade, basically, where it literally showed the same exact way, it sort of has to have some person involved again. So there has to be somebody who's involved in both the incidents and somebody pulling the strings, of course. Now, she basically said it to find him additional information. He basically accepted, saying, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, I'll find more information. So you're telling me that you could have found more information, but you withheld yourself and not find more, not dig in more? For what reason? Unless somebody explicitly asks you to dig in and go and search for more evidence, you're not doing that. Ugh, Gao Shun, yes, you're not doing the right job, man. I don't know what's happening, but you should be doing that even if she asks, even if she doesn't ask you. And what sort of evidence does she want anyway? Like, she didn't even tell him what she wants, what she's looking for. Just go ahead. So it kind of confuses me how these people just understand their languages, whereas we as viewers and watchers we like, oh yeah, okay, what do you mean? What evidence? So there was evidence that that you didn't search before, and she knew about it, and she immediately somehow found out about it and asked him to retrieve that evidence. Like, what? Oh, am I missing something here?
今の季節なら生ゴミを数日置いていたとしてもおかしくはない。別の魚を使ったという話も残りカスが見つかっていて矛盾はない。
Okay.
何の話をしてたんだ。そうか。
Extremely jealous.
ガオジュンの話をやけに熱心に聞いていたようだな。
面白い話なら人は耳を傾けるものですから。
おいちょっと待て。お前俺の話はよく途中で。
それでは遅くなりました。帰らせていただきます。
She does not want to spend even a second with him. And Sweden is the least bit of interested in developing their own love story.
昨日の話です。これは調理師です。使用人の証言だと、主人に出す料理はほとんどここに書かれている。
Okay.
湯引きした魚に細切りの野菜を加えてすれば、ナスの作り方に特におかしなところはないですね。
Yeah.
酢の配合は何種類か書かれていますが、材料は詳しく書かれていません。
おそらく季節によって手に入る魚や野菜が変わるからでしょう。これでは肝心の何を使って作ったかがわかりませんね。
わからないのか。
うちに加わりたいらしい。
ね、何がわからないって。
お食事前ですから。
わかっている。
事件が起きたのは
1週間ほど前です。
冬場の野菜となると、ナマスの材料は大根か人参といったところですか。
それが海藻を使ったと言っていました。
海藻ですか。
海藻です。
珍味を好むならほど変わった海藻を入れることもあるだろう。
Mm-hmm.
もしよろしければその家の厨房を見せてもらうことはできませんか。
Some people just know so much stuff. It's like you mention something to them and they're like, oh, that's odd. What's going on? He's concerned about his reputation.
ここに来るようにと言われたのですが、
バセン、話を聞いている。
マオ
Oh, that's a different guy.
これから屋敷に向かうな。お前はあくまでも私のお付きだ。いいな、勝手なことはするなよ。
わかりました。
That doesn't work against Lihaku.
向こうに行けば屋敷の下なんだ。厨房を案内してくれ。
はい。さすがガオシュン様、仕事が早い。それにしても見たことない武漢だな。誰かに似ている気がする。
Why do I feel like he
よくわか
is seen in somewhere?
まあいいか。
Maomao is just unbothered by other people's opinions. That's a skill they should have.
毒の一件以来使われておりません。おい。勝手に入るな。出ていけ。何をしてる。こんな奴の連れてきたのはお前か。
ちゃんと奥方に確認は取っています。
Oh.
これは仕事ですね。
それは本当か。
入っても
Do you not have any papers or something?
不都合だ。
勝手にしろ。
誰ですか。
旦那様の弟君です。旦那様が昏睡状態になって奥方様も疲労で寝込んでしまい、弟君が屋敷を取り仕切っていまして。
Okay.
バセン様。
ああ、
調理器具は料理人が洗ってしまったらしい。他には
Okay.
これは。
ああ、旦那様が好きなやつだ。お気に入りでよく食べておられましたので、毒はないと思いますが。
Is that what she asked you?
だそうだ。終わったなら早く帰ってくれ。
Somebody sketchy.
ご迷惑をおかけしました。
She took it. She definitely took it. I would have taken it.
敵さ方とは思っていません。
できたのか。
これ不思議なんです。この海藻が取れる時期にはまだ少し早い。だからといって塩漬けにしたところで今の時期まで持つものでもありません。おそらくこの近辺で取れたものではないと思います。
Oh.
例えば交易で南
How does she know all this stuff? That's kind of amazing.
分かってくれたらしい。なら、私も私のやるべきことを
I don't get your meaning. Come on, say it out loud. Spell it out for me. What the hell?
なんだこれは。
屋敷から持ってきた海藻です。事
Okay.
前に2つに分けて水にさらしておきました。なぜジンシさんがいるのだろう。
調べたところ、やはり海藻は南方から持ち込まれたものでした。下男の証言では、主人が冬場にその海藻を食べることはなかったとのことでした。
料理人からも普段使っている海藻と同じ種類だ。毒のはずもない。
同じ海藻なら毒がないというわけじゃないんです。もしかしたら南ではあまりこの海藻は食べる習慣がないのかもしれません。
Yeah.
美食家の役人の好物だと知った交易商が金になると思ってわざわざ地元民に海藻の塩漬けを作らせたとしたら
Okay.
それのどこが問題になるんだ。
It's
世の
salt.
中には毒が無毒になることがあるんです。例えばうなぎには本来毒がありますが血
Yeah.
を抜いたり加熱することで食べられるようになります。
Yeah.
この海藻の場合は石灰水につけることが必要だったはずです。ここに用意したものは石灰水につけたものと
Oh.
です。
多分ってなんだ。
He just voluntarily eats poison.
自信満々に言うな。
効果できるかどうか食べて検証するつもりだったので
Ah.
気を取り直してここで問題なのですが交易商人に海藻の塩漬けを持ってくるよう提案したのは誰でしょうか。取り寄せたのが食べた当人で
See,
すが
see. Yeah, okay.
でももしそうでないなら
Then
食べる習慣のない地方から取り寄せれば危険性が高いのは当たり前です。
わかりました。
ここにいる者たちは賢い。これ以上言う必要はないだろう。
come on, please do it still. Anyway. Down. She's a dog. Oh wow. See, now that's what makes this show interesting. Okay, right. So, as a normal, I don't even say gourmet eater or anything, but as a normal person, if you are eating something, you are most likely not going to look at stuff and be like, is that edible? At least today, in these times. But in those times, if you're eating something, it has to be like, hey, the folks that are making the food, they have to be sure that, oh, this is edible, right? That's why there are some stuff that are like no for me. Like, very honestly, even in the first season, we saw that honey is one of those things that should not be given to an infant because it's basically poison for them, and we don't even know it's poisonous. At least I didn't know it was poisonous until so late, and we found that out in anime. That's why that's the first reason, like, because this is interesting to me that we learn some things through such different media, and such a what do you want to say it? Such an innocent looking stuff as well, right? Like seaweed. Lots of people eat seaweed. Nothing wrong with it, but the way it's prepared, and also the way it, not only the way it's prepared, but also where it comes from matters, right? If it's coming from your own region, it's salted, perfectly fine. If it's coming from a different region though, and it's only salted, that's a problem. Now both of them might look the same, they're not the same, or at least that's what I'm getting from here. It has to be soaked in lime water first to get rid of the toxins. And that example that she gave of an eel, you have to bleed it out for it to be edible, right? Whereas by itself, it is freaking poisonous. So, guys, there's loads of stuff like that you are eating on a day-to-day basis that you don't know, that we might not be aware of how it should be eaten. Like for example, there is something that I found out very recently: yogurt, right? Um, if it's flavored yogurt, any sort of bacteria, the good bacteria that they mention is in the yogurt, is kind of affected by it, and it's not the same, right? Like let's say, I'm not even gonna say that I'm a medic or I just read, I just saw something, read something, I was like, I don't know how that makes sense, but it does. So good bacteria are in flavored, are in unflavored yogurt, are much more beneficial to you than good bacteria in a flavored yogurt. So if you're eating something like blueberry flavored, vanilla flavored, or strawberry flavored yogurt, that bacteria in the yogurt is doing nothing for you. Whereas if you're eating unflavored yogurt, which is basically just yogurt, and adding on strawberries or blueberries or whatever fruit that you're eating, whatever flavor you're eating, right? That is much more helpful for you. See? There's two completely different things. You might be thinking, oh, hey, I'm eating something healthy, yogurt, nice, flavored yogurt, that's for something for taste. No, that's not the thing, same thing. It does not have the same effect. Like, maybe it does, but not on the same level, Like, if this is 100, this is like around 50 or 30ish or 40ish, and that makes it much more poor for you to eat this thing and better for you to eat this thing, even though it's unflavored. You might add on some more stuff to it, like whatever you want, honey or syrups or whatever that may be on one thing, and that is still much better than having this thing which is flavored. See? Now, this is our day-to-day stuff. Think about other stuff. Think about whatever you're eating, vegetables, spinach, mangoes, any fruits, any sort of meat, red meat, chicken, whatever that could be, eggs. How you eat it has some sort of effect on it, right? So just just a small exercise. Don't even think about all of your meals. Think about only one of your meals. See how it's prepared and see if we are doing it how it's supposed to be. Maybe chefs do it in a different way, and not like for poisonous sort of stuff, but maybe it's like, oh, you get bloated by doing it some way, and you don't get bloated by doing it other way. So which one is helpful for you? You decide on your own. But hey, that's the sort of level that these guys are looking at. Whereas here, basically, if you don't look at this stuff, it's inedible, it's poisonous, you're dead. You're in coma, you're going through loads of stuff here. Whereas for us, it's mild discomfort, right? And you might not even notice this mild discomfort until it's like, oh frick, this mildness has now become something on a more higher grade. Like, see, so try it, see if it's helpful for you. Might as well learn something and implement something good for you. Okay. Oh,
そんな浅はかな理由で殺人を犯そうとした男が
yeah.
どうやって海藻の毒を知ったんでしょう。
酒場で横に座った客から偶然教わったそうです。
Happen to, sure. You're meeting people at the bar,
毒の残っている海
they're
藻
telling you stuff, and you just
それが
accept it.
何に使うの？伸びた虫から伸びた枯葉色のキノコ。薬酒にしようか、眼薬にしようか。おかえりなさいませ。
何事ですか？
私のせいじゃない。
仕事が溜まってるんだが、どうにも馬が合わない相手がいて意見が違ってしまう。
人士様にも苦手な方がいるのですね。
相手は頭の切れる軍部の高官だ。家柄は良いのに、40を過ぎて再退もせず、老いもを養子にとって家の管理を任せている。有名な変人だ。
Is that Lakan?
40を過ぎた軍部の高官で変人。
興味のあるものといえばもんなら、こと将棋の噂話。
Okay, quite an intelligent man, we seem.
案件の判を押すのを先延ばしにしてくる。どうも標的にされたらしい。
Hmm.
よし、忘れよう。
思い出してもろくな
Exactly.
しかし、まあ忘れたところでいつもの嫌な予感が当たるのだが。
案件はもう通ったはずですが、
冬に花見は難しい。ならばこちらへ。
この男の名はラカン。軍師をやる。
Lakan.
どうやら突っかかってくる理由は、読書官に縁のある魔王を下城す
Yep.
ることにあるらしい。
Yep, yep.
そういえば、読書館に昔馴染みがありましたよね。
意外な話だ。色事など全く興味ないのかと思っていたが、どんな技女ですか？
Is it Courtesan?
つい聞いてしまった。
いい技女でしたよ。仕事将棋が得意で、将棋では
Is that the old lady?
軍師殿を任すとは、それは強かったのでしょう。
Hmm.
あれほど面白い女にはもう会えないだろうと身請けも考えました。世の中うまくいかないものでね。物好きの
Okay.
時に妓女の入居金は利休が一つ立つほどの額になるという。
変わり者の美女でしてね。
しかしそ
Is
れ
he
に
talking about
何
Maomao?
が言いたいのか。
芸は売れる、身は売らず。それどころか、客を客とも思わない。客に茶を摘むことを
Oh.
下船の民に施しを与えるような尊大な目で見ておりました。しかし、それにうつつを抜かす物好きもいるもので、かくいう私もその人
Is that one of the three courtesans, the high
少し
courtesan?
ゾクゾクっとくる感覚がたまらないものでして、いつか押し倒してみたいと思っていたものです。
Yeah.
結局その技術を諦めきれず、
And that's why he's not married?
汚い手を作りました。
というと、
高くて手が出せないのに、安くなれば問題ないわけでして、
Oh.
どんな方法か知りたいですか？
ここまで来てもったいぶるのですか。
まあその前にちょっと頼みたいことがあるんですが、
何ですか、一体。
そちらに最近入った下女というのがなかなか面白いようで、妙に謎解きが得意なようですな。
Yeah. And?
私の知人に宮廷御用達の彫金細工師がいたんですよ。そいつが先日ぽっくり行ってしまった。ちゃんと後継者を指名しないままにね。奴には3人の子供がいて弟子にしていたんですが、秘伝と言える技術を伝えぬまま行ってしまったのが不憫でね。きっと彼の思わせぶりな遺言が何かの手がかりだと思うんです。それが引っかかっていてね。
So he's testing Maomao now,
何が言いたい
basically.
のですか。
いや、大したことではない。その秘伝の技術を知る術がないかと思ったまでです。例えば、頭の回るそちらの下女が調べてやしないものか。
とりあえず、
I have no idea if Lakan is a good idea or a good guy or a bad guy.
よく降るな。
And I completely sometimes miss symbolism. So I have literally no idea if this is a good guy, if this is a bad guy, and what are his intentions with him. And given that he's a strategist of the palace, or at least one of the good strategists of the palace, he might be an important person to the emperor, so you wouldn't be able to just get rid of him. I have, in some way, I'm thinking, is the person that Lakan was talking about, is he somehow is they are they somehow related to Maomao? Like my initial thought was he talking about Maomao? But then that was in the past, so that means Maomao would be even way too younger to be a courtesan. So that leaves us with the current three ones, and none of them have shown this kind of excellence in Go and Shogi. So that removes them. Then another person is the head of the Verdigris house. Could have been that person, but they are old now, so I'm not even sure if that is them. But then right now we don't know a lot of people from that house, and I believe we still don't know anything about either Maomao or his dad. We don't know her mom. We don't know her mom. We don't know her any aunt or something like that. I'm thinking it could be the person who is related to Maomao in any sort of way, maybe blood relation, maybe some sort of relation. But it makes me think that they are related because Lakan mentions they were smart. If they were smart, that means their surroundings were also smart. And perhaps Maomao was that person who observed them, engaged with them, played with them in some sort of way, and not just hereditarily smart, but also were smart, became smart by observing these people and developing the same sort of intelligence. So I'm thinking it's some person related to Maomao. Whether or not they are, we would never know. But it's kind of funny that the main mysteries of these episodes are getting solved so easily, and then like I said, the fronts are very easy to solve, and the things that are happening in the background, like the guy who was in the tavern, just casually talking to this person and mentioning, hey, you know what? There's the seaweed that if you just eat using salt water, and that's usually poisonous. And he just accepted it, and nobody even notices it. So he's in that the younger brother is in cahoots with somebody. He doesn't know them, and he definitely does it, like, of course, was in a disguise, some sort of disguise, so that they won't recognize them anywhere else. But I'm pretty sure that that guy is also not the mastermind. He is also not the one pulling strings. There might be somebody else who is making them do stuff, and one of that was just to get this person poisoned. See? Anyway, that's what I believe. And of course, Jinshi is getting jealous and trying to get involved in all this other stuff that Maomao is doing with Gaoshun. Whereas Maomao is the least bothered person on in this outer palace. Does not even want to take the lady exam. Does not even want to do it. She just wants to just roam around, plant the trees, do all this stuff, and anything that comes close or catches by, anything that's related to poison, she's there. She's right there. So, yeah, that was really the episode. Maybe we'll find out more if that person is related to Maomao somehow in the next episode. But thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, and we'll see you for the next one. Until then, bye bye.